Okay. Hi. I am so happy to sit down and cheers and congratulate myself and us as a cute little YouTube channel together that we reached 1,000 subscribers. So I prepared a beverage. It is, what even time is it? 1:12 in the afternoon, but rosé all day, you know what I'm saying? This channel is rosé all day. So, Spanish rosé. Have to say, not my favorite rosé I ever had, but it's cute. I've also got a space heater on me because it's freezing. I just want to say cheers. Thank you so much for watching this channel. I'm really grateful for you. And BookTube brings me joy. So, cheers to us. Okay, probably gonna get a little day drunk doing this video. In BookTube fashion, it is time for the 1K subscribers Q&A video. So here we go. One of the first questions I got, which I think will give you also some background just about me, also if you're watching this for the first time. Could you talk about your career, academic/job-wise? So I've spoken about my career, I think towards the beginning of the BookTube journey, but my job is as a professional dancer. So I am a contracted dancer in a contemporary dance company. We're a company of about, altogether, like 40 dancers that is split up into two companies. Yeah, our job is to perform and we create work, we work with choreographers and perform. We used to perform around the world, not so much traveling recently. But yeah, so academic-wise, I went to a performing arts high school where I grew up in Nevada, and then kind of hopped around. I did another study program abroad. I danced in a small dance company in the States, in Nashville, Tennessee. Now I'm living abroad in Tel Aviv, dancing in a dance company. So that's what I do. This is another kind of background about me, I guess, question. I guess all of these sort of are. Someone said, congratulations, thank you. When and how did you and Ohad meet? So Ohad is my partner, who you've met before. We just filmed a video of us reading My Year of Rest and Relaxation by Otessa Moshfegh, so I'll link that somewhere here, probably up here. We met because we worked together. We joined the dance company I just spoke about at the same time. So we met first as co-workers, and then the rest is history. That was about 5.5 years ago. Have you been an avid reader since you were a kid? No, actually, no. Reading has only recently become part of my life, in 2021 for sure, but it started kind of in 2020, probably because of the pandemic also. I don't know if I necessarily made that connection, but it makes sense. There were some, like, series of unfortunate events was like a moment for me. So yeah, I did read when I was young, but I wasn't that kid that always had a book in their hand, for sure, no. It definitely came into my life only recently and became like something I really love to do and value and cherish and have fun with and get inspired by. Someone asked, which countries have I traveled to? Well, because of work, I used to travel a lot, so actually within the United States, I haven't been to that many states. That's something that I would really like to do. But in terms of Europe, I've been kind of all around. France, Italy, Switzerland, Germany, also in Europe, Greece. I really love Greece. I've been to a few different islands and places in Greece. I would say it's probably my favorite country I've ever been to. I think I'm blanking. Oh, Portugal was amazing. I was in Lisbon for a bit. Some Scandinavian countries, Sweden, Norway. I've been to Russia. I've been to Japan. Japan was incredible. I really, really love to travel. It's one of my favorite things to do, so I try to do it as much as I can, and luckily my job usually takes me abroad, and I get to see places that I would never go to or would never have the finances to be able to travel that often. So I'm manifesting for 2022 that travel becomes more accessible again and that I can travel more. There are a few questions about living abroad, but I feel like I'm gonna maybe make a separate video about that because there's a lot to unpack when it comes to moving abroad and living abroad. So maybe I can make that in another video if you guys are interested. It seems like you are. What's your favorite food to eat or cook? And how do you get through tough and stressful periods at work? And how do you manage to read and also do the work? And congratulations, thank you. Eat or cook? I love to make pasta. I feel like that's something that I feel pretty confident in making, so that would probably be one of my favorite things to make. Or to make salmon or something, because it's super easy and always like really satisfying. I love Asian food. I really love sushi. I really love ramen. I love ramen. Like when I'm abroad, we don't really have ramen, like good ramen in Tel Aviv where I live, but when I'm abroad, like I always find the ramen restaurants. I think it's one of my favorite foods. Have any reading goals for the year, question mark, and a fictional character you'd like to hang out with. The first thing that comes to my head about a fictional character is the main character from my Relaxation, because we just read it, and I mean, she sleeps most of the book, so I'm not sure like it would be fun to hang out with her, but I do like her humor, and she seems like a really hilarious person, so I would like to maybe hang out with her. Would you? For sure, wow, I should have like thought about some of these questions before. I'm gonna go with that character. Reading goals for next year, I know people have been doing separate videos on that, like their reading resolutions. For me, I read about 37 books or something, so I thought that maybe I could make it to 50 books. However, I'm also inspired by my other friends on here who are actually aspiring to read less. I mean, generally they read more than me. I think I just want to enjoy reading and not to feel like I need to read a bunch of things really fast in order to reach a number and not enjoy the process. Would like to read more queer voices. I'd like to read more trans and non-binary authors. Always want to read more translated fiction or just translated work in general. I can feel sometimes this pressure to like read all of the new releases or read, and like in general, if you look at my channel, it's quite full of backlist titles. Like I'm not the one that's being sent all the like arcs, and I don't really keep up all the time with new releases. I'm just catching up. I would like to maybe go through the catalog of some authors that I really love. So of course I would love to discover new ones, but there are some authors that I enjoy so much that I know that it will be a really gratifying experience to like work my way through their whole body of work. More women. If you could choose one book character that best describes you, who would it be? One day there's a movie based on your life. Who would play the leading role and what songs would be included in the soundtrack? So I was talking about this with Ohad. In terms of the movie, can we play ourselves? Can I play me? No, if I had to choose someone, I wasn't sure whether to choose someone that I think looks like me or resembles me, or just someone that like an actor that I like. First one that came to my mind for some reason, the first two that came to my mind were Rooney Mara and Alicia Vikander, which they're both women, which I guess could be interesting if they play me. Maybe Timothy Chalamet if I had to pick a male actor. In terms of music, wow, I feel like it would be a very strange soundtrack. I feel like it would be something David Lynch vibe, it would be atmospheric, instrumental music, cello music, or piano mixed with like some blues or like some jazz nightclub singing. I think that's what it would be like. Choose one book character that best describes me. Wow, that's really hard. The first one that comes to my mind is actually Outline by Rachel Cusk. It's sort of autofiction, so I don't want to say like Rachel Cusk herself, but it's funny because that book is like, you don't really get a lot of information about the main character. You get the main character observing everyone else and all of her interactions with those people, and I just was reading that, finding that really relatable, and I think I'm a quite observational person, so that's, I think, the one that comes to my head. Another question I should have thought of before, because I feel like I can come up with better answers. Okay, let's just do a few more, and then we can do more at 2,000. You know what I'm saying? What inspires you most in terms of style? There's a part of me, oh, hot on the other side, me. I have like two sides of me when it comes to style. One that I really, really love, quite minimal aesthetic. I like the kind of Scandinavian. Also, now I'm seeing a lot of like Korean brands with like I like oversized trousers and a like open blouse or vest or something with like a coat. I like dressing in the winter time. I have a harder time dressing in the summer. And part of me really likes like to really dress up, to wear like a beautiful dress with like a print or a nice fabric, long velvet or shiny or open back with jewelry, and like I can really love also feeling like I'm some kind of Italian film star or something. So recently for me, also like Princess Diana, countryside, but posh. If you could pick up only one book of Patti Smith, what would it be? Year of the Monkey, I think. I enjoyed so much. I want to reread. I should probably reread that book every year. I'm in between that one and Devotion, but I think Year of the Monkey. What would be your favorite place for a book date? I love a good coffee shop vibe. Actually, I would say ideal is a wine bar, to take your book to a wine bar. Like to sit at the bar with a glass of wine and read your book with other people reading their book next to you, or just alone, I think is also great, because obviously wine and reading are both loves of mine, so why not do them at the same time? This question's from Renee from So I Read This Book. She said, buzzwords that will make you pick up a book. I would say atmospheric, thinky, poetic, anything that like feels like it has a strong sense of setting or place. I would say depressed woman. CJ calls them DWM, depressed women moving through the world. So that's definitely gonna get me. What the hell is that? Oh, I love books that happen like in a short time frame. Like, think about The Lost Daughter by Ferrante. It's like she goes for a week or something on a holiday and everything's happening on the beach or in the hotel around where she's staying for that week. So if like a blurb of a book starts with like checking into a hotel or a family meeting in a Tudor house, it feels like it's gonna revolve around like one situation in a short time frame. I really like. If there's any buzzword that has to do with art, then I'm for that, for sure. Reflective. Jessica's Book Stack asked some really hilarious questions. Favorite Tel Aviv friend to give free tickets to your show? That goes to you, baby. New author looking forward to reading this year. I would say Claire Vaye Watkins. Everyone really enjoyed her book, I Love You, But I've Chosen Darkness, and other books by her. So she seems really interesting, and I would like to definitely get into her. Also, after watching vlogs and videos of Julie from Linen Library, who we love. If you don't follow her, you have to follow her. She was talking about an author that she really loves named Rebecca Solnit. And just the way she was describing her book sounds really like it would, like that it would appeal to me. So I would like to get into some Rebecca Solnit. I still haven't read Fake Accounts by Lauren Euler, but I feel like she's an author, like a thinky female author that I would, that I'm really gonna like. So I look forward to reading her this year. Rebecca Eats Books has dropped into the DMs and she asks if you could live anywhere, where would it be? Every time I'm in Paris, I really want to live there. Love Amsterdam always. Also, then I would live next to Hannah. So if you don't watch Hannah's videos, I'm sure you do already because like she's an OG on the booktube. She lives in Amsterdam and I always love her like content coming from there. So Ohad and I talk a lot about like just maybe living there. Anywhere with you. Oh. I do have to say I love me a little bit of Los Angeles. I'm gonna be honest with you. I wouldn't know if I'd like relocate there for the rest of my life, but I'd love like a sunny like Venice Beach moment, you know, I gotta be honest. Well, I think that's enough for now. And thank you again so much for watching and subscribing. You're welcome to subscribe if you're a new person encountering this video. The wine is finished. That means it's time to end the video. Okay, love you lots, big hugs, and thank you again. Bye.